Capua, 73 BC, where Rome trains killers for entertainment. Beneath the arena's glory, 200 slaves wait to die. Each chain whispers the same question: how many fights remain? Spartacus of Thrace, soldier turned slave, gladiator by force. Once he fought with an army, now Rome owns him. The gladiator treats men like cattle bound for slaughter. But this Thracian fights with something beyond skill, rage, and memory. Crixus the Gaul shares his fury. Two warriors, one thought. Spartacus watches, learns, plans. Every weakness becomes an opportunity. Kitchen knives disappear. 70 men share a desperate secret: freedom or death. The plan spreads through whispers and prayers. The day arrives. 78 hearts pound like war drums. Roman arrogance blinds them. Slaves are invisible until they strike. The signal. Then chaos. Then blood on every surface. Crixus claims the first Roman sword. Others follow his example. Spartacus fights like 10 men. Guards fall before his fury. The armory breaks open. Wooden swords become killing blades. But Tiotus begs for mercy. Spartacus grants him none. 78 slaves taste freedom. Capua erupts in panic and alarm. They take everything: horses, food, weapons. Rome's property becomes theirs. Spartacus doesn't flee. He leads. Others follow without question. Capua's militia blocks the gate. Farmers playing at war. Wolves against sheep. The slaughter lasts 30 brutal seconds. They flee toward Vesuvius. The mountain becomes their fortress. Behind them, horns scream. Ahead, uncertain freedom calls. Mount Vesuvius offers shelter. For now, they breathe free air. Spartacus sees Rome's lights. He knows what comes next. Should they flee north or fight? The question divides them. Spartacus argues for escape beyond the Alps. Crixus wants blood. Rome sends 3,000 soldiers. They expect an easy hunt. Praetor Glaber smiles. He's trapped rats on a volcano. Glaber blocks every path. Starvation will finish what swords began. The gladiators are cornered. Food dwindles. Hope fades with daylight. Then Spartacus sees what Romans miss. Vines on the cliff. They weave vines into ladders. Desperation breeds impossible engineering. One by one, they descend the death wall Romans ignored. All 78 survive the climb. Fortune favors the desperate. Now behind Roman lines, they move like hunting wolves. Dawn shatters with screams. Romans die in their bedrolls. Glaber flees in his nightclothes. His confidence evaporates with blood. 3,000 Romans flee from 78 slaves. Logic shatters with dawn. They claim Roman steel, Roman armor. Slaves become warriors. Word spreads like wildfire. Other slaves abandon their masters. Hundreds arrive daily. Farmers, shepherds, miners seeking liberation. Spartacus teaches them to fight. Desperation becomes discipline. Crixus forges farmers into killers. Fear teaches faster than love. The camp swells. Thousands become an army by sheer will. They plan raids, target estates, free more slaves with precision. Each estate falls. Each master flees. Each slave joins them. Rome's Senate debates. Words replace action. The rebellion grows. Patricians rage about property rights. They misunderstand what's coming. The Senate sends Verinius with 4,000 legionaries. Confidence remains. Roman discipline marches south. Verinius expects glory and quick victory. Spartacus commands 10,000 now. Numbers become their shield. He speaks of freedom, not revenge. His words ignite souls. Verinius's legions form perfect lines. Spartacus forms desperate courage. The armies collide. Roman discipline meets hunger for freedom. Spartacus strikes their flank. The soldier remembers tactics slavery couldn't erase. Roman lines crack. Slaves taste victory against professional killers. Verinius abandons his men. His standards fall to slave hands. They hold Roman eagles high. Slaves command Rome's sacred standards. News reaches Rome. Panic replaces arrogance. Slaves defeated legions. 30,000 march with Spartacus. Rome's nightmare grows daily. Women and children follow. This becomes more than rebellion. Spartacus dreams of the Alps, freedom beyond Rome's reach. Crixus demands Rome's destruction. Strategy splits the leadership. Gauls want revenge. Thracians want escape. Unity begins cracking. Rome sends both consuls, 8,000 soldiers. The Republic trembles. Gellius marches with hatred. These slaves humiliated Rome twice. Lentulus circles from the east. They plan to crush him. Spartacus reads terrain like prophecy. He plans what Romans cannot. 50,000 souls prepare. Victory or annihilation waits ahead. Dawn reveals 2 consular armies. Rome commits its full strength. Spartacus speaks. 50,000 voices answer. Today they fight free. The charge begins. History holds its breath for this moment. Steel meets flesh. Screams drown battle cries. Chaos consumes order. Spartacus fights where death is thickest. His men follow fearlessly. Crixus shatters their shields. Gallic fury overwhelms Roman discipline. Lentulus sees his flank crumble. Slaves are winning again. Legions break. Rome's finest flee from men they called property. Gellius screams orders into chaos. His men hear only terror. Both consuls flee. Rome's might dissolves before slave determination. They stand victorious on death's field, defying all Roman certainty. The Senate erupts. Both consuls beaten. Rome tastes genuine fear. Patricians demand blood. Their wealth trembles on its foundation. 70,000 march under his command. Italy bleeds slaves daily. Villas burn from Capua to Calabria. The south becomes wasteland. They forge weapons, train formations. Desperation becomes systematic warfare. His cavalry numbers thousands. Slaves ride Roman war horses now. Spartacus pleads, escape north, cross the Alps, scatter to freedom. Crixus refuses. Rome must burn. Revenge outweighs survival's logic. The army splits. 30,000 follow Crixus toward vengeance. Spartacus watches his strength divide. Unity dies with strategy. 40,000 march north. The Alps promise escape from this. Arius finds Crixus divided. Roman discipline hunts separated prey. Mountains trap Crixus. Romans slaughter his warriors by thousands. Crixus dies fighting. 30,000 fall with their stubborn king. News reaches Spartacus. Crixus is gone. 30,000 ghosts follow. Spartacus mourns privately. Leaders cannot show weakness to armies. They honor Crixus with fire and tears. Brotherhood transcends strategy. Roman prisoners fight and die for slave entertainment. Roles reverse. Romans taste their own medicine. The arena remembers its victims. The Alps rise ahead. Freedom waits beyond those frozen peaks. Cassius blocks the passes. Rome learns from its defeats. Cassius falls like the others. Spartacus cannot be stopped. The path opens. Nothing prevents their escape from Italy now. Then Spartacus turns south. The decision haunts history forever. He marches south. Did ambition betray him? Or did his army refuse to leave the feast? The army drunk on victory refuses escape. They choose plunder over freedom. Central Italy burns. No force can halt this human avalanche. Pirates promise ships to Sicily. Gold changes hands, trust follows. Pirates vanish with the gold. Betrayal traps them in Italy. Spartacus stares at empty seas. The trap closes around them. Rome's Senate panics. Who can defeat what legions cannot? Crassus rises. Wealth and ambition volunteer where honor failed. They grant him 8 legions and supreme power. Desperation speaks. Crassus inspects his forces. This one thinks differently than others. He decimates cowardly legions. Every 10th man dies publicly. Legionaries kill their brothers. Fear replaces shame in Roman ranks. His legions march differently now. Terror breeds obedience and hatred. Spartacus camps in the south. Geography becomes his enemy. Crassus builds walls, not glory. He traps them like animals. The wall grows daily. 15 miles of ditches and death. Spartacus understands. Crassus won't fight. He'll starve them slowly. Winter brings suffering. Food vanishes. Children cry from cold nightly. Spartacus offers peace terms. Crassus refuses. Only annihilation remains. They fill his ditches with earth, bodies, and desperation. A snowy night provides cover. Thousands breach the impossible wall. They break free northward. Determination defeats Rome's engineering again. But Crassus follows like death itself. His legions never rest. Pompey returns from Spain. The trap reforms with fresh steel. Lucullus sails from Macedonia. 3 Roman armies converge now. Spartacus sees the cage closing. No direction offers hope. The final council meets. Exhaustion replaces hope in every face. Some beg surrender. Others choose death fighting. Unity fractures again. Spartacus ends debate. One battle. One final throw of fortune's dice. He offers single combat, himself for their freedom. Romans laugh. Crassus wants extinction, not honor. Politics demands total victory. Spring 71 brings the end. They sharpen their final blades. Spartacus kills his horse. He'll fight where he stands. His captains follow suit. Death or victory. No alternatives remain. Dawn reveals the armies. 60,000 broken souls face Rome's finest. His final speech echoes. They came for freedom. They'll die free. They charge like thunder. Desperation fuels their final courage. Spartacus fights toward Crassus. If he kills him, perhaps victory. Roman lines hold firm. Crassus's terror created unbreakable discipline. Wounds cover Spartacus. Still he advances. Still he fights. On his knees now, he fights. A gladiator until death. He falls fighting. They never take him alive. Never break him. Without him, the army breaks. Massacre replaces battle's chaos. The field becomes graveyard. 60,000 dreams end in blood. Romans search for his corpse. They never find it definitively. Too many dead. His body vanishes among the thousands he led. Survivors flee into mountains. Roman cavalry hunts them like wolves. Days pass. More captured daily. The hunt continues relentlessly. 6,000 prisoners chained. Survival becomes a delayed death sentence. Crassus claims victory. Wealth bought what honor couldn't achieve. Pompey steals glory. His cavalry killed 5,000 stragglers. Pompey writes claiming victory. Crassus seethes at stolen credit. 2 victors emerge. Their rivalry will poison Rome's future decades. Crassus orders punishment. 6,000 will teach Rome's lesson. Engineers measure the Via Appia, 120 miles of terror. Carpenters build forests of crosses. 6,000 dying monuments. They march to their deaths. Every step toward inevitable agony. The first cross rises. His screams become the day's music. One by one, 6,000 times. Efficiency replaces mercy. The road transforms into death gallery. Miles of dying men. Some die swiftly. Others linger days. Crows grow fat here. Citizens travel this road. Rome ensures everyone sees its lesson. Children learn fear. Mothers learn silence. All learn obedience. News spreads. Every slave hears. every dream of freedom dies. Months pass. The crosses remain. Skeletons guard Rome's roads. The Forum debates slave laws. Fear legislates what wisdom ignored. Some propose limits. Patricians refuse. Their wealth requires slavery. Slave markets adapt. Guards triple. Every chain gains extra locks. Ludus walls grow higher. Guards multiply. Fear redesigns architecture. Roman wives eye their servants differently. Trust died with Spartacus. Patricians sleep armed now. Every shadow threatens in darkness. Crassus parades through Rome. Victory tastes like ash and fear. He displays captured eagles, but cannot show the slave's corpse. People whisper his name. Legends birth even in death's shadow. Slaves watch the triumph. Their faces hide what hearts remember. That night, stories spread. Whispers preserve what Rome destroys. Mothers tell children. The slave who stood tall, who fought free. Senate counts losses. 20,000 soldiers. 4 consular armies beaten. Southern Italy lies wasted. Hundreds of villas burned, never rebuilt. The rebellion's cost exceeds fortunes. Rome's economy staggers years after. Pompey and Crassus become consuls. Their rivalry poisons Roman politics. Their hatred grows. Seeds planted here bloom into civil war. Roman tactics evolve. Spartacus taught them through blood and loss. Generals study his campaigns. Even death teaches Rome lessons. The Via Appia transforms. Some visit in horror, others in respect. Poets write carefully. Even victors cannot erase this story. Rome's future tyrants watch and learn. Fear becomes their teacher. The games continue. But Ludus security becomes obsessive paranoia. Gladiators still die for entertainment. But precautions multiply infinitely. Some masters free their slaves. Fear motivates what conscience ignored. But most continue unchanged. Rome's economy requires human bondage. Auctions continue. Prices rise. Security costs transfer to buyers. His name becomes prayer. Whispered hope in impossible darkness. Years pass. Gladiators still remember. Still train his methods secretly. 10 years later, crosses removed. But memory stains that road. Historians write. Some truth, much propaganda. Details blur deliberately. Archives preserve numbers, but never confess Rome's genuine terror. Maps document his reach. From Capua northward to Alpine passes, 70,000 followed him. More than most consular armies commanded. 3 years he defied Rome. 3 years slaves tasted freedom. Philosophers debate. Why turn south? The question haunts Roman minds. Some claim loyalty. Others blame ambition. Truth died with him. His tactics become curriculum. Enemies teach Rome through their success. Vesuvius' victory analyzed endlessly. How desperate men triumph through innovation. 4 armies beaten. No other slave, no other enemy matched this. Crassus dies in Parthia. Spartacus remains his only genuine victory. Pompey rises higher. Civil war brings him down decades later. The Republic fractures. Spartacus exposed cracks that eventually shatter it. 20 years forward. Romans kill Romans. Civil war consumes them. Later scholars argue he revealed Rome's internal weakness early. He proved Roman legions could bleed, could break, could flee. Never again would slaves achieve this. Fear teaches brutally effective lessons. But small fires burn. Individual defiance continues despite brutal suppression. His name whispers through darkness. Prayer and promise combined. Gladiator to general. Property to military genius. Slave to legend. No body displayed. No confirmed death. Uncertainty feeds legend eternally. The battlefield lies quiet now, but memory refuses silence's command. The road to Rome remains, forever haunted by courage that challenged empires.